Imagine waking up one day questioning everything you believe to be true, your senses, your thoughts, even your existence. What if you couldn't trust any of it? This was the dilemma René Descartes faced centuries ago, and his solution, cogito ergo sum, or I think therefore I am, has influenced the way we understand ourselves, our world, and our minds. But in today's world of deepfakes and social media manipulation, Descartes' ideas are more relevant than ever. How can we know what's real when everything around us is up for debate? René Descartes, often called the father of modern philosophy, revolutionized how we think about knowledge, existence, and the human mind. Living in the 17th century, his pursuit of certainty through rational thought laid the foundation for modern Western philosophy and had a lasting influence on the fields of mathematics and science. Descartes opened the door to a new way of exploring human consciousness and reality by questioning what can be known with certainty. Today, Descartes' ideas continue to shape the way we approach complex issues in technology, media, and our understanding of reality. In a world dominated by algorithms, artificial intelligence, and digital manipulation, the questions Descartes raised about perception, truth, and existence feel more pressing than ever. Whether we're grappling with the nature of reality in the age of virtual worlds or questioning the reliability of the information we encounter, Descartes' emphasis on doubt and critical thinking offers a framework for navigating these challenges. As we face unprecedented advancements in technology and the growing difficulty of discerning fact from fiction, we can turn to Descartes' philosophy to better understand our role in this evolving landscape. René Descartes was born in France during a time of immense intellectual and political upheaval. He lived through the 30 Years' War, a period of religious and territorial conflict that had serious effects on European society. Educated in both classical and scientific traditions, Descartes initially pursued a military career, but his interests soon shifted toward philosophy and mathematics. He traveled across Europe, engaging with leading thinkers of the time, and eventually settled in Holland, where he wrote many of his most famous works. His era was marked by the tension between faith and reason, and Descartes sought to reconcile these forces through a new approach to knowledge and the scientific method. Descartes' contributions to both philosophy and mathematics are amazing. His work in epistemology set the stage for the development of modern rationalism and influenced subsequent thinkers such as Spinoza, Leibniz, and Kant. Descartes' legacy continues to impact various fields of thought today. Central to Descartes' philosophy was his concept of radical doubt, a method of systematically doubting all beliefs to discover which ones could be absolutely certain. Descartes famously doubted everything, from the reliability of the senses to the existence of the external world, eventually arriving at the conclusion that the only certainty is one's own consciousness, the act of thinking itself. This approach allowed him to build a philosophical system, with the certainty of self-awareness at its core. René Descartes' famous concept, cogito ergo sum, nin, I think, therefore I am, is the cornerstone of his philosophical exploration into the nature of existence. Descartes sought to find an absolute truth that could withstand even the most extreme doubt, aiming to strip away all beliefs that could be questioned. This led him to the realization that while everything else could be doubted, the act of doubting itself confirmed the existence of the doubter. As long as he was thinking, whether it was through doubt, belief, or perception, Descartes concluded that he existed. This certainty of self-awareness formed the foundation of his philosophical system. Descartes arrived at this conclusion by doubting everything, from the reality of the physical world to the reliability of his senses. He considered the possibility that a powerful deceiver, often referred to as an evil demon, could be manipulating his perceptions, making him question the existence of everything around him. However, no matter how much he doubted, Descartes realized that the very act of doubting required a thinking mind. In this way, he could be certain that his mind existed, even if everything else was uncertain. Today, Descartes' method of radical doubt is more relevant than ever, as we navigate an era of misinformation, deepfakes, and digital manipulation. Just as Descartes questioned the reliability of his senses, we are increasingly forced to question the truthfulness of the information we encounter online. With the rise of artificial intelligence, fake news, and edited media, distinguishing fact from fiction has become a daily challenge. Descartes' skepticism encourages us to critically evaluate the sources of information we trust and reminds us to be mindful of our own assumptions. His philosophy teaches us that, like him, we must seek certainty through careful reasoning and questioning, especially in an age where appearances can easily deceive. The digital age has ushered in an era where artificial intelligence, deepfakes, and virtual realities have blurred the boundaries between what is real and what is constructed. With AI capable of simulating human behavior and deepfakes creating hyper-realistic but false videos, we now live in a world where technology can easily manipulate our perception. This raises urgent questions about the nature of reality, questions that echo those posed by Descartes centuries ago. Just as Descartes doubted the reliability of his senses in perceiving the world around him, we now find ourselves in a situation where our senses are similarly unreliable in distinguishing truth from illusion. His philosophy invites us to reconsider what we trust as real, forcing us to be more vigilant in an age where digital manipulation is rampant. Take the example of deepfakes, where AI-generated videos can make people appear to say things they never actually said. This kind of technological deception that challenges our fundamental trust in visual and auditory evidence, just as Descartes wondered whether his senses could be deceived. Today, we must grapple with the idea that our media and information can be artificially engineered to deceive us. A deepfake of a world leader, for instance, could spark a political crisis if people were to believe it without question. Descartes' skepticism is particularly useful here. It teaches us that just because we see or hear something, it doesn't mean we can take it as true. Instead, we must critically evaluate the sources and context of the information before accepting it as reality. Philosophically, Descartes' skepticism mirrors the kind of caution we need in the digital world. His radical doubt is the same approach we must take when navigating today's online environment. Descartes would think we too must sift through layers of digital noise and misinformation to find reliable knowledge. Descartes' work reminds us that the pursuit of truth requires effort, and in a world where appearances can be manufactured and facts manipulated, a healthy dose of skepticism is not only wise but necessary. René Descartes introduced the idea of mind-body dualism, a theory that posits a fundamental distinction between the mind and the physical body. According to Descartes, the mind is a non-material entity responsible for thoughts, consciousness, and self-awareness, while the body is a physical machine governed by the laws of nature. This separation was revolutionary because it challenged the prevailing notion that the mind and body were one and the same. Descartes believed that while the body could be studied scientifically as part of the material world, the mind was something altogether different, immaterial and indivisible, capable of independent existence. This dualism laid the groundwork for modern discussions about consciousness, personal identity, and the relationship between the mental and physical worlds. Descartes' mind-body dualism is central to ongoing debates about artificial intelligence and the nature of consciousness. As AI systems grow increasingly sophisticated, mimicking human behavior and performing tasks once thought to require human intelligence, the question arises, can machines truly possess consciousness or a mind? Descartes would likely argue that while machines can simulate human behavior, they lack the non-material essence that constitutes true consciousness. AI operates on physical processes, such as algorithms and data inputs, which govern its outputs. However, Descartes' dualism suggests that these processes alone cannot give rise to the subjective experience or self-awareness that defines human consciousness. This distinction between the mind and body in humans implies that consciousness might not be replicable by merely mimicking physical behaviors. However, what constitutes consciousness? One can argue the human mind also operates receiving input, processing this input through an algorithm and spilling out an output, with the only distinction being maybe the degree of complexity of our synapses. If that is the case, what is the threshold that separates actual intelligence from artificial intelligence? If we follow Descartes' dualism, it suggests a limit to what artificial intelligence can achieve in terms of true consciousness. According to this theory, machines can simulate the functions of the human body, such as perception, decision-making, and even language, but they cannot possess the immaterial mind or soul that enable self-awareness and introspection. For Descartes, a machine could never achieve the subjective, first-person perspective that defines human existence because it lacks the non-physical mind. This dualistic view raises important ethical and philosophical questions in the age of AI. While machines may one day surpass humans in certain intellectual tasks, they may never achieve the inner consciousness or moral reasoning that Descartes believed to be unique to human beings. But what if Descartes is wrong? What if they can? At what point human morality and empathy should also start to be applied to them? I have a feeling these questions will become more and more prominent with time. René Descartes' emphasis on introspection can be a valuable tool for mental health, especially in today's constant distraction. With the rise of social media, information overload, and the pressures of modern life, people are often bombarded with external stimuli, leaving little room for self-reflection. Descartes believed that true understanding comes from turning inward and examining the nature of one's own thought. In an age where mental health issues such as anxiety and burnout are on the rise, practicing introspection can help individuals reconnect with their inner selves, regain clarity, and develop a sense of self-awareness. Descartes' method of radical doubt can also be applied to personal growth by encouraging individuals to critically evaluate their own beliefs, thoughts, and assumptions. Question systematically the foundations of your beliefs to uncover biases, challenge self-limiting thoughts, and develop a clearer sense of your values and goals. This process can be liberating as it encourages us to move beyond inherited or unconscious beliefs and gain a more authentic understanding of ourselves. In doing so, we gain the mental tools to better navigate life's complexities and make more conscious, intentional decisions based on our own reflections. This approach resonates strongly with the principles of mindfulness and meditation, practices that similarly encourage individuals to observe their thoughts without attachment and create space between themselves and the constant stream of external stimuli. Mindfulness invites people to cultivate awareness and presence, allowing them to notice their thoughts without being overwhelmed by them. So, what can we learn from Descartes? His exploration of doubt, reality, and consciousness speaks directly to the challenges we face in the modern world. In an age where information is abundant but often unreliable, where AI and digital technology blur the lines between truth and illusion, Descartes' philosophy provides a framework for navigating these uncertainties. His method of radical doubt mirrors the kind of critical thinking we need today. Whether we're confronting the spread of misinformation, assessing the reliability of AI-generated content, or exploring the nature of human consciousness in relation to technology, Descartes' emphasis on skepticism and self-awareness gives us a toolkit for understanding the complexities of reality, more than just an abstract philosophical exercise. Descartes' method of questioning everything is a crucial survival skill today. In an era of deepfakes, data manipulation, and overwhelming digital noise, blindly accepting information at face value can lead to serious consequences. Descartes teaches us to be vigilant, to question the authenticity of what we perceive, and to seek truth through careful reasoning and introspection. This habit of mind, demanding proof and certainty before forming conclusions, helps protect us from deception and equips us to make more informed decisions in both our personal lives and society as a whole. As we navigate the digital age, it's more important than ever to engage with Descartes' ideas and apply them to our daily lives. By adopting his method of critical self-reflection and skepticism, we can better understand our own thoughts, filter the constant barrage of information, and make more conscious choices. Descartes' philosophy is not a relic of the past, but a living guide to help us manage the complexities of modern life. So, take the time to question your assumptions, reflect on your beliefs, and apply Descartes' wisdom in how you approach today's technological and social challenges. This reflective practice can empower you to live more intentionally and thoughtfully in a world that's increasingly difficult to navigate. Now that we've explored Descartes' philosophy and how it relates to the challenges we face today, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Descartes' method of doubt is still relevant in a world dominated by technology and artificial intelligence? How do you navigate the flood of information and digital content we encounter every day? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy and its modern implications, and click the bell to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for watching.